it again.
Yay!
How much time has passed?
A very long time.
It doesn't feel like it was that long.
Welcome back to our Game of Thrones vlogs, where we talk about Game of Thrones. We are back!
We're back. Game of Thrones! Yes. So, we got episode 1 of season 5. Yes. Yes, Jesus Christ.
So much has happened. Brief recap of last season. We got introduced to the wonderful character Prince Oberyn, who died. Joffrey
really violently.
died.
Really violently.
The
The Hound died really violently. There was the theme last season.
Characters got uncharacterized pretty awfully. We had the whole debacle with Jaime Lannister. We had the whole thing go down with Brienne.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, I don't like where this character's going in the book, so just
recap it, retcon it, change it.
Beef them up a little bit and spit them out for a TV drama.
Woohoo!
Kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they did it to all my favorite characters.
I know.
Why?
But now we're back, and the insanity can start again.
Oh, I'm not ready.
I'm so ready for this. Like, when we were
not
watching
ready.
the episode, I'm just like, oh my god, I love this character. Oh my god. Like, every time the character would come on screen, I'm like, I love you. I love Varys.
See, every time somebody comes on screen, I'm like, oh, I know what happens to you. Oh, and you too. Damn it.
Well, remember, it's open now. Like, we're not following the books anymore. So, you think someone's safe. They're not safe anymore. Anyone can go.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I don't know, but maybe it means that the characters you know are going are secretly safe. And they're just gonna walk right past their moment of death, and you're gonna be like, oh, thank the God. Thank all of them.
Alright, so we are back. Our episode actually starts with the first ever Game of Thrones flashback.
I'm surprised you realized that that was the first flashback.
Ever.
Yeah. That's weird. The stuff you come up with.
It's because I pay too much attention to everything. First ever flashback is we go back to Cersei Lannister's childhood, where she and a nameless friend, we don't name her, go to see a swamp witch, and the swamp witch tells Cersei's fortune.
And it's not a good, happy fortune. The witch warns her, like, right off the bat. She's like, you're not gonna like this. And she's like, nope, bitch, give me my fortune. And she's like, well, fine, but...
A lot of it we already know. We know that she's going to marry Robb. We know that she's not going to have any children by Robb. We know that all of her kids are going to be blonde.
She didn't say that.
Yeah, she says the king is going to have 20 kids, but you're going to have 3. You're not going to have the king's kids.
No, she didn't say that. That's not what that implies. She says that the king is going to have other kids other than you.
I read it that it was that, like
okay, but, like, she could have 3 out of 20.
Well,
it
was like, am I going to have are we going to have any kids? And she said the king's going to have 20 and you're going to have 3. And seriously, that doesn't make sense.
I know that, but, like, technically, she could have had 3 of the 20. You know what I mean?
Technically, all of her kids are by Jaime.
I know that. I'm just saying, the witch did not say, you will never have kids by the king. That's how it happened, but the witch, like, she could have technically...
all the kids are gonna have blonde crowns and blonde shrouds, so everyone's gonna die.
She didn't say blonde, she said gold crowns.
Shh, blonde. Blonde is the same thing. It is the same thing.
We heard
context.
2 very different prophecies here. I feel like mine is grounded in reality, and yours is like, no, this totally fits perfectly. I'm gonna make it fit. They're all gonna die, though.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there watching Tom and being like, you're doomed, buddy. You are so doomed.
And I feel sorry for the girl, too. Marcella?
Marcella, yeah.
I feel sorry for her because you don't get any characterization of her, but you know she's gonna go and it's gonna be awful.
Because she's currently in Dorne.
And the Dorne are not very happy people. Okay. So we do get the Cersei flashback. We also see Cersei mourning her father, but Cersei and Jaime argue it out. Clearly their relationship has not healed itself from Jaime's last lapse in character.
Yeah.
After that
Awful.
somewhat, actually, she's quite civil to him for
take everything into account. She's like, I know you released Tyrion. I know you did it. Look at your mistake. Look at your mistake right here in front of us. This is your fault. And what makes it worse is because you didn't think.
You're just like, well, technically yes. And I was just discussing this with you, that I actually kind of liked the Tyrion-Jaime relationship in the show better than I liked it in the book, because in the book it was absolutely heartbreaking how they part ways, because Tyrion is basically just like...
cutting ties.
Yeah, just like, I hate you. You, like, destroyed my life, like, just by all your lies, and I can't deal with you, and I'm gonna say everything I can to hurt you.
Like, I killed your son. What?
Yeah. Not true, but he says it. And, but in this, it was kind of just like, hey, sorry, you gotta leave now. See you later, brother. And out they go. It didn't break my heart.
I love Varys. My two favorite characters in Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire are Varys and Littlefinger. And my reasoning behind these two being my favorite characters is you don't get their perspective. So they're just running around, you have no idea what's going through their heads, and they are just, like, killing with their manipulation. Like, Littlefinger is a sketchball. Like, he freaks me out. I'm fully aware that he is an awful human being. But at the end of the day, Littlefinger gets stuff done. And I respect that. Like, he's just got everyone going.
It's because they're the only two actually playing the game. Everybody's like, oh, I'm totally playing the game. And they're like, you don't even know what the game is called.
Well, with those two also, they have, like, definite set plans. Like, I find with all the other characters, they're playing the game, as you say, but they're getting distracted by simple things. Like, you know, it's just like personal gain. Like, they want the instant gratification. When Littlefinger and Varys, they're playing the long game. Like, they are, like, they're in this for decades. And
playing to win.
Like, Varys in this episode is talking to Tyrion, and he's like, oh yeah, you know, a bunch of us saw Robert Baratheon as the disaster that he is, so we were planning this, and this. And you're just like, well, okay, so this has been your ulterior motive through all the other 4 seasons, when everybody thinks, oh, you're helping out the Lannisters, no. No, he's been a Targaryen supporter from the friggin' beginning. You're just like, whoa.
Holy crap. And they're just starting to kind of reveal their plans, which can only get better.
And then there's Littlefinger, who has his little Littlefinger protege going on with Sansa, and I am so excited.
I'm so scared. She's going to lose her soul. And she just found it, and it's not annoying.
Well, like, with Sansa for me is, Littlefinger's really, really creepy. Like, he's creepy, and the whole, his, like, coveting Sansa, the way I see it, and I really, really, really want this to go, is she's learning how to play. She's gonna play Littlefinger, learn absolutely everything out of Littlefinger, and then just, like, destroy him. And Littlefinger's gonna be mad, but he's gonna be so proud.
I really hope that happens.
He's gonna have some kind of speech, just like, oh, you've learned all I could teach you.
And then die.
Yeah, just like with a stupid grin on his face. That's what I want.
Yep. That would be amazing.
And we have our poor Jon Snow.
Yeah?
Jon Snow is falling into the hands of Crazy Town.
Stannis. That awkward conversation between him and Melisandre. Awkward.
Virgin.
Nope.
Good. Just like, what are you gonna do? Don't touch him.
Don't touch that. Do not touch that.
But I love Stannis. I love Stannis. And I love Stannis' like ever-present cheerleader Davos.
Yep. Yep.
He's just like, yeah, I'm here. Stannis is the king. Stannis is the one true king. All the people like you, Jon Snow. Like, all the brothers like you, but some don't. Like, you know, you gotta be careful, Jon Snow. Stannis is awesome.
just always with the Stannis. Oh my god. And, just Melisandre just creeps you the hell out all the time. And then her and Stannis, and you're like, I don't know about this. But just...
And then poor Mance.
I know, right?
Oh, man, like...
I'm so... Like, you get so happy when Jon Snow gets him with that arrow. You're like, God.
When I first watched this episode, I was actually watching it with my dad. I first watched it, and he was like talking to me about people burning alive, like, oh, you know, it's not the fire that kills you, it's the smoke.
Yeah.
And just like, oh, no. We're just sitting there watching him get lit, and Melisandre giving some kind of speech about, you know, the one true God, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Everybody chooses a side, the light or the dark. And I'm just like, come on, John, show your moral high ground. You're above all this religion stuff.
I was just sitting there thinking, I wonder if they found any dry wood. Because if they found dry wood, he's gonna go up pretty painfully.
And they didn't even soak him in oil. Like, it wouldn't even go up like...
Yeah, well, no, just like if it's dry, right? Less smoke, you're not gonna asphyxiate as quick. Yeah. So if they put wet wood on there, you know, something.
Well, I would think Melisandre would want the dry wood, because I think she'd want the death by burning.
Oh, she would. She totally would.
Smoke.
She totally.
She's like Caligula. She just wants like people candles.
Hey.
There's your history reference for the day. I totally just made that up too. That wasn't even planned. What?
Hey, the stuff that comes out of brains.
I know, right?
On the spot.
So I like this episode.
I did too. It wasn't though like the hard-hitting episode that I expected them to come out with, because it is like the season premiere.
It reminds me of the fourth book. Kind of how, because in the fourth book it's the downfall after all the crazy stuff that happened in the third book. So like after Joffrey getting it and after Robb getting it, like this is when all the new players start coming into like the feast for crows, you know, pick up the scraps. So I kind of understand why it wasn't kind of like a bam, because it's going to be a slow build, and then by the end of the season we're just going to be like, what the hell is going on?
You didn't even get the thing you were hoping for.
I know, okay, last time we did our vlogs, the entire stupid vlog run for the entire season 4, I think we mentioned, like, in every single episode, how excited we were for the Sand Snakes.
Did we really?
We did.
We do that.
Yeah, we were so excited for the Sand Snakes. Well, guess what? We are finally getting the Sand Snakes, and they aren't happy.
No, they're a little angry.
Because their father was kind of killed.
And I like their dad.
What? Okay, so remember, I'm bringing back horrible memories here of over in Getting It, the creepy Meister saying about bringing back the mountain. Like, oh, he's going to be different. Yeah. I want to see what that is.
I don't.
I want to see what that, like, I want to see.
You know who we didn't hear from?
Who?
Arya!
Oh, yeah!
No Arya.
Arya. And I know we're not getting Bran this season at all.
Bran?
Bran Stark. Remember last year I was predicting his like rise to supervillainy?
Nope. Yes, I do that. I do remember that. So we'll have to wait on that.
Yeah. Okay. So, what were your thoughts on this episode of Game of Thrones, and what are you the most excited for in this season?
Bye, guys.